Now dear student, we are going to discuss next question, question number 5.23, and in this question it is given to you, explain. What explain? Explain why number A, a horse cannot pull a cart and run in empty space. Clear? So for that one, first of all, let us try to understand this situation. Let's suppose here we have part number A. Listen carefully. In this question, question is given to you related to horse. Let's suppose I am just talking about a person. Let's suppose this is a person, and let's suppose this person is going in this direction. Clear? Clear? Now as this person is moving in forward direction like this, at the time what the person is doing, actually this person is exerting a force on the earth. Clear? I can say this person is exerting a force on this earth. We can say this is known as action. Clear? So at the same time we can say here we have a reaction. Clear? This is known as reaction. So definitely we can say this person is exerting a force on a ground. Clear? So ground will also exert a force on this person according to Newton's third law. Clear? It means we can say this is reaction, and we can say one of the component of this reaction is providing definitely a force due to which this person can move in a forward direction. Clear? But let's suppose I am saying to you what will happen. Let's suppose we do not have any ground. Clear? It means now this person cannot apply a force in a backward direction because we do not have any reference. Clear? At the time we can say there is no action, we have no reaction. When no reaction, definitely we can say this person cannot move in a forward direction. Clear? Same thing you can apply for a horse. Let's suppose a horse is in a we can say empty space. In empty space, definitely horse cannot apply some force in a backward direction. So definitely there is no component of reaction in a forward direction, and we can say now horse cannot pull a cart and run in an empty space. Clear everyone? So this is all about part number A. Clear? Now listen carefully. If I if I talk about part number B, clear? Actually these all are the applications. This is related to Newton's laws of motion. If we talk about part B, in part B we have passengers are thrown forward from their seats when a speeding bus suddenly stops. Now actually we know Newton's first law of motion provides laws of inertia. Clear? So if we talk about different types of inertia, we have inertia of rest, we have inertia of motion, and we have inertia of direction. So let's suppose if we take one condition, let's suppose you are sitting in a bus and the bus is moving with a particular speed. Clear? Because you are sitting inside a bus, so you are also going with the same speed. Now what will happen? Let's suppose suddenly driver apply brakes of that bus. At that time you will feel a force in a forward direction, and sometimes it may happen your head is collide with the forward we can say in front of seats. Clear? And sometimes you get some heart rate on your head. Clear? So why this is happening? Actually when driver applies some brake on the bus, we can see at the time the bus try to come at rest as soon as possible. Clear? But now we know the lower part of yours, clear, the lower part of your body is actually try to come at rest, but upper part, or we can say head of yours, now is in motion. Clear? At that time we can see that this part will move in a forward direction, while this lower portion of a person, this remain in a backward direction. Clear? So this is the reason we can see that a passenger always feel a force in a forward direction. Clear? Actually we have one more case. Let's suppose bus is at rest. Clear? And what will happen? Let's suppose driver suddenly accelerate a bus. You will feel a force in a backward direction. Why this is happening? Because when bus is at rest, at the time your whole body is at rest. Clear? When you are applying when the driver is accelerating, at the time your lower portion come into acceleration, but your upper part, it means we can say your head is at rest that time. Clear? It means we can say lower part move in a forward direction and the head remain at a particular state. Clear? And you can feel that you are experiencing a force in a backward direction. Clear? So actually this is an example of inertia of rest. Clear? But In this question, the part number B is an example of inertia of a motion. So I think you get the clarity of a concept related to part number B. Clear? So now we are going to discuss part number C. Clear? Listen carefully. Now, if I am talking about part number C, I can see it is easier to pull a lawn mower than to push it. Clear? A very simple part we have. Let's suppose this is a lawn mower. I am just taking, let's suppose this is a lawn mower, and now let's suppose I am exerting a force in this direction. So we can say this is actually pushing. Clear? At the time you can take here two components. Let's suppose one component, let's suppose this is making an angle theta. So we can say this is f sin theta, this one is f cos of theta. Clear? This f cos theta is actually moving this lawn roller in a forward direction, and let's suppose we can say this is a rough surface. So a friction force is always acting in an opposite direction. This is equal to mu times of n. Clear? Now can we calculate here normal reaction? Yes, definitely. We can say here mg force is acting as well as a normal reaction is also acting. Clear? So if I write here an equation, I can see n this is equal to f sin theta plus mg. Clear? Now let's suppose if we want to push, actually we are pushing this lawn roller and we want to move this lawn roller. At that time we can say f cos theta, minimum force that is required, f cos theta, it should be equal to mu times of f sin theta plus mg. Clear everyone? So from here can we calculate value of f? We can see here this is cos theta plus this is, we can say, cos theta minus mu, and we can say, or you can directly you can observe from here. Listen carefully. Our objective in this question is to calculate, actually we have to find value of force. Clear? Because we have to calculate easier to pull or push. Clear? So what we are doing, actually we are pushing this time. So at that time you can see here we have normal value, this is f sin theta plus mg, and friction force value is this one. Clear? So let's suppose this is equation number 1. Clear? You can also say like this. Let's suppose if I am taking here f common, this is cos theta minus mu sin theta, and this should be equal to mu times of mg. Clear? So now we can see f force that is required, I can say mu mg divided by cos theta minus mu sin of theta. Clear? Let's suppose I am taking, this is equation number 2. Clear? Now what will happen, this is a case of pushing. Clear? Now let's suppose if I concentrate on a case that is pulling. Clear? So in a pulling case I can say let's suppose this is a ground. Clear? And let's suppose here we have this roller. Now let's suppose force is exerted in this direction, this is F. Clear? Let's suppose I am saying this angle is theta. At the time I can say this is f cos of theta, and we can say this value we have f of sin of theta. Clear? Now we can say here an mg force is acting and a normal reaction is acting in an upward direction. So we can say this is normal, capital N. Clear? So now we can see from here we can see if I write n plus f sin theta, this should be equal to mg. Clear? So normal reaction we can write here, this is equal to mg minus f sin of theta. Clear everyone? Yes. So now from here we can see if I am exerting force in this direction, friction force is acting in this direction, and definitely we can see this f cos theta, it should be minimum equal to mu times of n. N is given mg minus f sin of theta. Clear? So from here can we calculate value of force? Yes. We can say this is equal to cos theta plus mu sin of theta, and this should be equal to mu times of mg. Clear? So now we can write like this. If we are talking about case of pulling, we can say this is equal to mu mg upon, we can say this is cos theta plus mu sin of theta. Clear everyone? Yes. But if I am talking about pushing case, clear? So at that time I can say F push, this is given by, I already derived it, this is mu mg over, I can say cos theta minus mu sin theta. Now you can observe numerator is same, this is mu mg, but if we talk about denominator, definitely in case of pushing denominator is less, it means value of push it will be more compared to pulling. Yes or no? That's why we can say here that pulling is always easier compared to pushing it. Clear everyone? So this is all about this question. Clear? Or we can say part number C. Clear? Now if I talk about part number 4, a cricketer move his hand backward while holding a catch. Clear? So my dear student, this example is related to, we can say, application of conservation of linear momentum, you can say, or application of Newton's second law, you can say. Clear? Actually what is happening, listen carefully. If you know impulse momentum theorem says impulse this is equal to change in momentum. Impulse this is equal to change in momentum. Clear? Now mathematically you can write like this, F delta t, this should be equal to m, I can say V final minus V initial. Clear? So from here you can say, now let us try to understand situation. A cricketer is actually catching a ball. At the time you can say this value of m, this is constant. Initial velocity of that ball, it is decided by a batsman, because batsman is striking that ball, it means I can say this value is also constant. When cricketer is taking a catch, at that time its final velocity this becomes 0. We can say final velocity is 0. Clear? Now if we talk about this product F delta t, so let's suppose a ball is coming and I am taking catch like this, and as soon as I catch that ball, sometimes my hand gets hurted. Clear? So what can I do? Actually if I allow ball more time, so that more time to reduce its velocity 0, at that time I can say, because the product of force and delta t it always remains constant, if I increases delta t, at the time the force imparted to my hand this reduces. Clear? That's why I can say when a ball is coming towards a cricketer always try to take catch like this. Clear? So that at the time what he is doing, actually he is allowing ball for a more time, so that we can say that the force that is exerted to his hand that reduces. Clear? It means, I think this is clear to you, this F delta t is constant, and I can say if I am taking catch like this, or if I am holding my if I am actually moving my hand in a backward direction, at the time what I am doing, I am increasing this delta t. So when delta t is increasing, definitely the force imparted to my hand this decreases. Clear? And definitely I will not hurt by that ball. Clear everyone? So this is all about this question. Clear?